Okay, let's see if I'm live now.
Probably.
I'll wait for the commercial to go through.
There we go.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Sorry you missed the intro. Yeah, it's been a little weird with OBS. Usually I just hit manage broadcast and say go live, and I've been getting error messages, but it goes live anyway. This time it didn't. So go figure. So anyway, thank you guys for all being here. Good morning on a hopefully only time where Mondays with Max will be in the morning. Had a little bit of a change at work. Had to change my shift. It's end of summer. Lots of people taking vacations. A lot of people changing positions within the company. So in order to get coverage, I got to work a mid shift from like 10:30 until 9 o'clock at night. Yay. And then be at work at 4:30 the next morning. Wonderful. Anyway, is what it is. Hopefully it should change relatively shortly after that. So we got a new person starting on a week from today. So that will definitely help. But anyway, enough about my work. Thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate you guys showing up on short notice. And especially on this special occasion that is me and my wife's 30th wedding anniversary today. We were actually out of town for the last few days. We went to Nashville, went to Huntsville, visiting my son and going to see a few concerts. A guy named Tim Faust, who's a member of Home Free, has a birthday bash every year. And so we decided to do that, go to some of those concerts. And anyway, it was a good time. It was good to get away, good to be away from work for a few days. I definitely needed that. And we definitely had a great time. So, and best of all, holy cow, Tennessee and Kentucky have some of the lowest gas prices in the country. I filled up numerous times at either $3.60 or $3.70 a gallon. So I was happy. Coming from Illinois, where we're still well over $5 a gallon. Yeah. So there's that. Anyway, alrighty. Well, let's do a quick roll call, and then we'll get into a few subjects today. Kyle Rogers, thank you for being first. The Pirate, hello, thank you. 56, thank you for being here. Hobbyist, thank you for being here. Good to see you. Mike the Miner, Aragorn Strider, Altered Component, thank you for making an appearance. I appreciate it. Automatic Beats, Techman, Rude Poots, thank you for being here and being a member. Appreciate it. Big Wooly, good morning. Thank you for being here. I know you're working right now. Oh, maybe you're not working yet. It's only 8 o'clock. I don't know what time you start. But anyway, thank you for being here. S. Chang, he makes it in the evening. He makes it in the morning. He makes it whenever I'm on. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Backwards Miner, Bad Cat. Let's see. Rad C. Puman. I'm not sure if I may be missing something there, but anyway, T-Gig, Retro Mike, All Track 89, Alan the King, Big Irish Crypto, and of course, Sunflower Mama. And that's my son's phone ring. Anyway, Seb Chaps, Black Cat Crypto, and Holter Wittig, and Chris Stewart. So good morning, everybody. Again, appreciate you guys all showing up this morning. So I'm not sure I'll make it a complete hour today, but I'll go over things and cover any AMAs you guys might have, and then we'll go from there. So if you guys saw my video from last week where I said the Titan nodes were full, they have been filling up regularly. In fact, I am going to switch over to that screen. Okay, good. That would just kind of eyed that, made sure it was lined up. It looks like it's almost right. Let me move that over. There we go. Okay, so yesterday when I got back, immediately I checked to make sure, or to see actually, if there was any room in the Titan nodes to stake. Because last week when I tried to do it, they were full. There were only 11 nodes last week on the day after they launched, and now they're up to 35. So they are pretty close to filling up again. 30 total is 1.4 million flux, and they're up to 1338. So they got a little bit of room left, and I'm sure they will roll out more nodes as demand needs. But for right now, this has been holding fast for a little while. So anyway, if you are thinking about staking some of your Flux, now is the time. I will be coming out with a video. I taped it last night, but I was too tired after driving for 10 hours. Wanted to make sure I got it in there. And actually, you'll be able to tell I was pretty tired because I was making some stupid mistakes. And I'll keep those in the video. Anyway, I'll be posting that probably on Wednesday. Obviously, I have a busy schedule where as soon as I'm done with this stream, it's going to be work, sleep, work until Tuesday night. And I'll probably try to put it together for on Tuesday evening for Wednesday morning release. So at any rate, we'll see. But I do have it all taped. I just got to put it all together. So anyway, so you can see down below here, I got the 50 Flux staked. And I did it for 3 months just to start out. And it earns a whopping 0.3 Flux. But if you work it out, it does work out to just over 7% yield yearly. So it's a good yield. I mean, where are you going to make 7.25%? And do we really think Flux is going to go down from here? I don't. I really don't. They have so many things going on. This is actually taking Flux out of circulation, which is a good thing for the price of Flux. So yeah, I think Titan Node is going to do some good things for the price as well as just all the other things that they're doing. So anyway, so there's that going on with Flux. The other thing I wanted to talk about was for those people that are running Cumulus nodes, coming up, according to Derv, who is one of the moderators on the Flux Discord. I did a search last night, did a search on upload, and was trying to find out when they were going to start enforcing the upload. And starting on Wednesday, the 27th, don't know exactly what time, but they are going to start enforcing the upload speed. So if you have a node that can't meet that 25 megabits per second upload, you will most likely be taken offline. So if you are one of those people, keep an eye on your nodes, see if you do actually get taken offline. If you do, then you probably want to make other arrangements for the use of your hardware and maybe use that Flux in a Titan node, or find an alternate place where you can have your node hosted for you where they do have high enough upload. So for me, I'm curious because I do have 25 megabits per second upload, but I have 2 nodes. Mine actually comes in at around 40. So I'm kind of curious. I'm guessing probably on the 27th, they're probably not going to be going after multiple node owners that are marginal almost to the 50. I don't know. I'm really curious to see how that works out. I am fully aware that one or both of my nodes may be taken offline because of that, and I will just bring one back online if need be. But it's an experiment. Want to see what's going to happen. And I know somebody else who's thinking about actually trying to run 3 nodes on 40 megabits per second upload and seeing what happens. So again, I'm curious to see what happens. But just know, if you are one of those people running a node on something less than 25 megabits per second upload, most likely on Wednesday or shortly thereafter, you will have your node taken offline. So just be aware. So a little bit of news there. And then the last real news I wanted to cover was, guess what? Today's the day we can claim our FLUX-AVAX snapshot. So I am going to do that actually right now. So bear with me here 1 second. I got to make sure you do not want to dox myself. So I want to make sure there's nothing on here. Well, I'm going to do this. So I'm bringing it into screen, but basically you go into Fusion and trying to get it so where you can see, there's the 3 dots. And then let me resize the screen. Oh, the wallet doesn't resize. Okay, it is what it is. All right, so anyway, you go up to the upper right and you go to snapshot claim. And then you select the snapshot. In this case, we're selecting the avalanche snapshot. And then I'm not going to show my address. So I'm going to take this off screen to do that. Yeah, I saw it last night, but I thought, I'll just wait until Monday, the actual day, to show it. So yeah, Alan said that it went active early. I actually looked at it last night. I could have done the claim last night, but I thought, just save it for doing it on stream. So anyway, I select the snapshot address, and then you select the snapshot receiving address. Again, like I said, I don't really want to show my snapshot address. But then basically you pick what wallet you want it to go into. So I'm just going to pick one of my wallets, click preview. And if preview still shows the wallet addresses and stuff. So I'm going to get by that. And then I'm just going to click claim snapshot. Interesting. So I click claim snapshot and an error came up. I'm going to try it again. It says another user is currently claiming a snapshot. Please try again later. Okay. So you might have to try more than once. That's very interesting. Obviously, they're only allowing a certain number at a time. All right. Well, we'll see if maybe by the end of the stream, I can make that claim. So anyway, that was pretty much the news I had to share this morning. Obviously, I've been out of town, a little bit out of touch. We could certainly check up on Coin360, see where we're at. Yeah, we're down a bit. ETH is still over 1,500. I actually, when I was looking at the charts, it looked like we might actually be in a rising wedge, which is a good thing. That's a good chart. That means higher highs, higher lows. But being where we are right now, I'm not sure if that still holds. Let me see. Let me do.
I'm interested. This is an issue people were complaining about every time they have had an issue with Snapshot.
Okay. So if you look at this screen down here, you can kind of see the higher lows that continue over the last 7 days, and then the higher highs. So yeah, it looks like we're in a decent trend. It's marginal because it isn't going up that fast, but it does appear to be going up. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. Looks good. So hopefully we hit another uptrend, and again, we hit another higher high that goes above, hopefully above 1,700 the next time. So we'll see. We shall see. Alrighty, let me get back to the chat. And yeah, I did not set up for this. I forgot to pop it out so I could get an easier look at it. So Big Irish Crypto asked me, how long does it take for me to get a payout? So typically it's around 11 days, but it depends on a lot of things. Basically, there's over 8,000 Flux nodes. Sorry, Cumulus Flux nodes, and there's around 700 or so blocks a day. So when you do the math, yeah, it's 11 to 12 days by math. But in that period of time, some of the nodes may go offline, pushing you further up in line. So there's that variable that's hard to say how many nodes go offline in that period of time. So I'm very curious to see how that changes come Wednesday and how many fewer nodes are online once that snapshot occurs. There certainly have been some rumblings of some people going, well, who has 25 megabits per second upload? You know, nobody has that in the country. How are we supposed to run a node from our home? And while I don't disagree that it's hard to get, you have to get to a certain service level in order to get there in some places, as well as in some places just don't offer it. So yeah, they're not wrong, but they've been upfront about the requirement since the very, very beginning. And in order for them to sell their services, which, let's not kid ourselves, this is what they're doing. Web3 is the service that they are providing, and then they are paying us in Flux to help them run their network. That's, you know, this distributed network. So in order for them to gain customers, they need to guarantee a certain level of service. And that level of service includes having Cumulus nodes at least 25 megabits per second. And you may think, well, why is that a requirement? Well, what they're planning on rolling out, and I forget what the name of the project is, but they're planning on rolling out a Dropbox type service where if you are running well, I haven't exactly said it's going to be Cumulus nodes, but certainly sounds like it's going to be on Cumulus nodes. But if you expand your storage on your Cumulus node, you will be able to provide the service. And the more storage you have, the more you'll end up getting paid, is how I've heard it's going to work. That would make sense. So there's a lot of things coming for Flux. There, running Web3 infrastructure and being a part of that infrastructure gives them a lot of options of the type of services that they can provide. So I'm very excited for Flux to see what they will be rolling out and exactly when. So looking good. What real life yield? So Radc Pullman says, what real life yield are you getting on your Cumulus nodes? Right now, I actually did this on Saturday Night Live's, the Saturday Night Live stream, because I was kind of like, somebody asked me, would you do a Titan node or would you do a Cumulus node? And I would do a Cumulus node, but I made that determination just because I wanted to be part of this. I wanted to support the project. Which I know probably sounds a little strange coming from my mouth. But anyway, I wanted to be involved. And Cumulus node allows me to do that more. Anyway, but the yield I came up with was about 18%. That's going to vary. That's assuming that everything runs perfectly, that your node never gets thrown offline. Well, my node's been thrown offline a few times. So is it 18%? Probably not. Probably closer to around 15 in reality, taking those times where it goes down into account. So, but anyway, but yeah, it's got a good yield. It really does. Now, can that change? Yeah, it's just like mining. The more nodes that come online, the lower the yield. Same thing with Titan nodes. So if you look at when you go into the Titan node, in fact, let me go back to that screen. The 7.25 and 8.19, those yields that are quoted now were higher before. And the reason why they were higher was because there were fewer active Titan nodes, basically a Titan node is just a Stratus node with the extra features of being able to share the staking of the Stratus node. So yes, the yield, the more nodes that come online, the more Stratus nodes that come online, the lower this yield is going to be. So always take that into account when you're deciding whether or not to invest your Flux into a Titan node. All right, let me see what else I might have missed. Oh yeah, you said how long does it take to get a Cumulus payout? All right, let me see if I can scan. Oh, thank you, Automatic Beats, for the congrats on our 30th. Yes, 30th anniversary. Time flies. Can't believe all the kids are in real life now, out of college. It goes by in a flash. Oh, thanks, Sunflower Mama. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. It just went by in a flash for me because it's been nothing but wonderful. We never argue ever. And all those people that have been married for any period of time know that that is absolutely not true. That never happens. Anyway, Alrighty, let me take a quick look. See if I can find anybody that may not have fully tagged me, but started to tag me. What did Magic Lucky say?
Just wanted to know if this was a permanent.
If what was a permanent thing?
Monday mornings.
Oh, no, the Monday mornings is definitely not permanent. Definitely not permanent. I am not really a morning person. So, yeah, I will not be doing this consistently. At least that's not the plan. Right now, I know next Monday I will be at work at 5 a.m. I'll be at work 5 a.m. the rest of this week. So, like I said, for the foreseeable future, I'll be starting at 5 a.m. and getting off at a decent time. So I'll be home in order to do the normal Mondays with Max at 8 p.m. Central Standard, well, Central Time, whether it's Central Daylight or Central Standard. Let's see. All right, so let's go down. Nice, congrats from Murky Solution and Sunflower Mama. I'm not far behind you. Good, congrats to you as well. Yeah, I can't believe it either, Big Wooly, that she's put up with me for that long. I totally agree with you. Alrighty, guys. Any questions for me? We can make this a real short stream if everybody's got things to do. But if you guys have any questions, let me know, because this was mainly a Flux.
Said,
no.
Do you need to fix IP or dynamically changing IP will work fine? Thinking of getting some Flux to get a node running, have a home server running 24/7 anyway. 1 gig down, 500 MB up fiber.
Nice. Where is that one?
Lucky Solution. Underneath Brian Hollywood.
Oh, there we go. The Pirate. Got it. Okay. But yeah, actually, you do not need a fixed IP. You can have dynamically changing IP, will work fine. They have it programmed such as that. So yeah, you could run obviously multiple nodes. You could run up to 8 nodes on a single IP address. They just run on different ports. So, but yeah, definitely could do that. Just got to make sure you have the correct hardware in order to do it.
Brad CPU man said, "What real life yield are you getting from your Cumulus node?"
Yeah, I answered that.
Oh, sorry.
18%. She walked out of the room for a little bit. So, so yes, Cumulus node return is 18% is what the theoretical is. I'm probably getting closer to around 15% with a few outages along the way. So Holger Wittig asked, did you hear that there will be a fork of ETH at the merge? Well, every time you have a change, it's a fork. So I'm not sure what that's referring to. They're all called hard forks. Will there be a separate fork at the merge? There might be. The question is, who's going to back it? What's it going to pay out in? It's going to pay out in ETH. So yeah, I haven't really heard much about that. I know that there was talk like back in March or April of this project that was basically going to continue proof of work Ethereum, but the details behind it were, sorry, I don't mean to steal your name, but very murky at best. So yeah, even if there is a separate fork of ETH, there still has to be somebody that's going to take the difficulty bomb out. So just by forking doesn't mean that it's really going to continue for that much longer, because by the end of the year, it will be, you know, completely, well, it's unprofitable probably from the start, because there's really nobody supporting whatever coin it's gonna mine, because it won't be ETH, it'll be a new coin. And the question is, what's the value? Who's going to manage it? Who is going to make sure it can be traded? You know, all these things would have to be in place. So anyway, if you, Holger, if you have any details, feel free to DM me any of the information. I would be curious to take a look at it. Jay Lazar says, do you think the merge will occur on time? Well, definition of on time. Do I think it'll happen by the end of September? Yes, I think it will happen by the end of September. If it doesn't happen in September, I really believe, 99.9999% that it would happen by the end of October at the latest. It's happening this year. There just haven't been any signs that say why there's a huge risk for them to not do this. And I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm saying that there aren't any signs with all the testing they've done. So is there something that could be missed in their testing? Yeah, test cases have it, always have that possibility of missing certain scenarios. And like I said, I always bring up 1559. There was an outlier scenario that came to fruition. And basically, somebody had a small transaction but had to pay like $250,000 in Ethereum for the transaction fees. It was ridiculous. And I don't know if he ever got his Ethereum back, but it was a problem that, again, there was a problem that would happen in very, very few situations where it would only occur if the person had enough Ethereum in their account to cover that crazy transaction fee. And in this particular case, they did. And anyway, so the interesting thing about it was people at Ethereum knew about it. They just didn't think it would ever occur. And then it did. So kind of shame on them for knowing that could occur. And it did. And then they went, oh, no, I guess it did happen. We need to fix this. So hopefully they learn from that lesson and that it doesn't happen with proof of stake. But I fully anticipate that there will be a hiccup. I don't anticipate that the blockchain will go down at any time. It's just that there may be the one-off transaction. Maybe stakers don't get paid out the way that they're supposed to. I mean, just there'll be some weird things that occur. But again, shouldn't really affect the user too much. I don't know. I expect something weird to happen. So we'll see. I'm going down the list. So Zapirate for FluxNode, do you need... Oh, you already said that. Yeah. Dynamically changing IP will work fine. Retro Mike, I released my Hive OS profit switcher yesterday. Looking for some testers to identify any potential issues, enhancement requests if you know anybody that would like to test. Well, Retro Mike, put your Discord in if you're not Retro Mike on Discord. And then anybody that's interested, feel free to reach out. I am not much into profit switching. And the reason why is everybody's going to be into profit switching once you go to the merge. And I think people are going to be chasing their tail. So as soon as you figure out that another coin is more profitable, everybody's going to be switching to it. And then it won't be the most profitable anymore. So you're going to constantly be, like I said, chasing your tail in order to get to the most profitable coin. So I could be wrong, but that's my initial thoughts on it. I suppose if a very small percentage, say less than 10% of the people that are still mining at that point are doing profit switching while other people are not, then that wouldn't be the case. I don't know the exact percentage, but you need a higher percentage than 10%, I would think, to be chasing your tail. Can you swap BTC to Flux in the Zelcore wallet? I have never done that. So I don't know for a fact. I believe if you have Zelcore Plus, let me see here. Yeah, Zelcore Plus, I believe, because they do provide a full exchange. But I believe you need 10,000. Oh, actually, 5,000. They've moved it down. If you hold 5,000 Flux in Zelcore, then you can get Zelcore Plus for free. And I'm not quite there yet. I'm just over 2,000 Flux right now. But I intend to get there at some point. All right. Jay Lazar, do you think the merge will happen on time? Oh, yeah, I already answered that one. Feel free to use it anytime. Okay. Murky, yeah. All right. Thanks, Holger. I'll look for your DM. And like I said, Retro Mike, if you want to DM me with the information, I'll take a look at it. But like I said, I'm not really more curious than anything. I know some other people that are also looking to make profit switching on Hive as well, since Hive's not doing it themselves. So it should be interesting to see all the different innovations that happen around the merge. I mean, there's lots of different things that, and I've talked about them. You want to make sure that you are mining when your electricity rates are the lowest, and not mining when you're unprofitable. So I know that, in fact, BBT just came out with a video and a spreadsheet that he will eventually be sharing. He's said he had it in Excel, but he was going to be moving it to a Google Sheet. I don't know if he ever finished that or not, but definitely go check out his channel. He just did it, I think it was like late last week. I know it was when I was on vacation, but definitely worth checking out. It's a lot of things I've talked about as well is figuring out the times that you are the most profitable to mine, because this is going to be a time where after the merge that it may be unprofitable for a while, but eventually people will figure it out and it will come to a new equilibrium where it's going to be marginally profitable. And until prices start going up, that's where we're going to be, is at that marginally profitable level. So your cost of electricity is going to be everything as to whether or not you're profitable or not. Of course, efficiency as well, but the electric cost is probably a bigger factor just because there's bigger variability in it. So, all right, Jay Lazar, which coins do you currently hold? I currently hold, is it still working on your computer? The stream?
You're still talking.
Okay, good. All right, sorry. My YouTube thing, this basically had the spinning wheel, and I thought maybe you guys lost me. Anyway, let me know if you guys are seeing any latency. Anyway, so which coins do I hold? Let me see if I can do this. I do hold a little bit of Avalanche, Flux, Raptorium, very small amount of Ergo, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Algorand, Raven coin. I sold the little bit of Firo that I had when it pumped. I know I'm leaving something out. I know I'm leaving something out. Let me do this. Do a quick switch. And let me just make sure which ones I might have left out. Oh, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, very, very small amount of Vertcoin, and that's everything. And no, I do not own any Solana. I don't know. I'm not. It's promising, but I don't feel like they're focused enough on making it, hardened. They've gone down too many times. You cannot have a good service when your chain goes down. It really leaves me concerned as to, the value of your coin if they can't prove that they can stay up and make sure it runs. It's one of the things I really respect about Ethereum is that they test and test and test. Cardano does the same thing. They make sure that when they say something's going to work, it's going to work. So, yeah. Let's see. Rondi, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. I didn't see him. Oh, there he is. Big Wooly. I see you may said hi to Big Wooly. Yeah. Can't even stay up. Yeah, exactly. I won't say it's trash. I'm saying I don't like the way that they run their their organization, shall we say. They need to make sure this is not an experiment. They can't be experimenting with people's money. And that's what I feel like they're doing. If you want to have any big adoption of your blockchain, you need to make sure that it's running well. I mean, if they came out and said, hey, we're running the blockchain, yeah, we're proof of stake, we're doing this, we're doing that, but hey, we're still figuring it out, we still got a long way to go, or we have, by this time we'll be hardened and we'll get there. And maybe they have said that. I haven't done a lot of research into them to know if maybe they did do that, but I have not seen any stories or anything like that that says that they have. So anyway, that's where I'm at anyway.
FC says, what happens if a chain goes down, Terra are PA affected that are already token?
That's a good question. I believe on the live stream with me and Chum Change where we interviewed Daniel, he did make a passing reference to that where he said, thank God that, that wasn't the words he used, but anyway, he was very thankful that that Terra Luna happened when it did before it went to a parallel asset, because he basically said it would have been much more difficult to pull it back and then reissue a new one. So what he basically was saying is they would fix it. The question is exactly how they fixed it? Well, they didn't really have to figure that out. The only thing they know is it would be a lot more difficult to pull back a token and then reissue a new token. So anyway, bottom line, as far as I'm concerned, in his answer, he said that Flux would have taken care of all of the Flux holders, which was good enough for me, that intention. So Jeff Key, thank you very much. By the way, Jeff Key is a great resource on the Flux Discord. There's a lot of great resources over there. Derv is another one that's over there. I can't remember all the names over there, but there are a lot of great people over there. Just remember, they answer a lot of stupid questions over and over and over again. So, if they get a little short because they've answered so many questions that they just have some patience with them. Anybody that's in technical support can relate to that. So hang on one second. I need to say no to that phone call. Anyway, so, but thank you so much. What an honor. Appreciate you being here. And thank you for the super chat. Very much appreciate that. Certainly didn't have to do that. Anyway, but like I said, go check out the Flux Discord. There's a lot of great information. You guys are asking me some of the questions about, multiple IP or dynamic versus static IP. All of those questions are answered. Just use the search for key items, and you'll be able to find those answers relatively quickly. Because a lot of that stuff is asked fairly regularly, so you'll be able to find the answers as long as you take a little bit of time to search the right terms. All right, let's see what else we got here.
Don't remember if he said he held any Matic, but that's starting to look up with new Disney partnerships.
Yeah, I do not hold any Matic at the time. I have thought about buying some Matic, but I never pulled the trigger. Yeah, I wish I had actually a while back. I don't know where it is right now. I haven't really researched it recently, but considering that, so Matic, for those that don't know, basically is a layer 2 on top of Ethereum. So it allows users to actually trade and do smart contracts and such at a lower cost than layer 1. And I mean, Ethereum, as far as I'm concerned, is probably 2 years away from sharding, at least. They have a long way to go. I really kind of believe that once they enable proof of stake recovery of the Ethereum, because right now, if you actually stake your Ethereum, it's a one-way ticket. You have no way of coming back until they enable that. Right now, it is not enabled. So that's a concern for a lot of people, and why a lot of people will not stake Ethereum is because, guess what? We all want access to our money, at least know that what the time frame would be. when you stake Flux, you're staking it for 3, 6, and 12 months. Well, I know after those 3, 6, and 12 months, then yeah, I'll be able to get my Flux back. You know ahead of time. Right now, Ethereum, they have no idea when you will be able to get your Ethereum back if you've staked it. So it's a big leap of faith. And right now, Ethereum hasn't really proven it out. I mean, they thought that they would be able to do recovery at this point. And yeah, they haven't been able to do recovery on any of the amounts staked. So there you go. Thank you, Ronnie, for the super chat. I appreciate it. K-Trim mentioned Solana might need some little blue pills. They need something, I think. Do I count Zelcore as a cold wallet? I don't know the strictest definition of a cold wallet, but let's put it this way. So, if you think about what has been hacked, obviously exchanges have been hacked. So if you have your money in exchange, yes, it's somewhat at risk, no question. I think if you're in an established exchange, I think things are a little bit safer, but that's just my opinion. As far as wallets go, I know that your most secure hardcore wallets or hard wallets, that they were actually hacked for personal information. I don't believe they were hacked for the what you had in the wallet, but it gave out information about you that they could then phish with against you so that they could try to gain access to your wallet. So, there's been some things there. But as far as like regular software-based wallets, whether they be a phone wallet or an app-based wallet on your computer and those types of things, as far as I know, there have not been any of those wallets that have actually been hacked. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that I don't know of any stories where they have been. So from a technical standpoint, they aren't as secure, but I guess the ones that are more secure maybe are looked at as more of a challenge. So they've been, had some attacks on them. I don't know. Anyway, I consider Zelcore to be a secure place to hold crypto. That's my opinion. Anyway, but your mileage may vary. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. So there you go. I got to add all that stuff in. Let's see. If there's any other. Let's see here. Oh, and I should actually, sorry, I just happened to scroll up and see Jeff Key's super chat. The other thing I wanted to mention is he has been working really, really hard with the rest of the Flux folks in spinning up more and more of these nodes, because it is all done by people in the community. So anyway, again, thank you so much for all that hard work. Appreciate that. All right, let's see. Glad someone liked my little joke, Rondi. Thank you, Pocket Change, for showing up. I appreciate it. And Blue Dragon Mining as well. FC, I don't think I mentioned you. Best YouTube. Appreciate you being here. All right, Rude Puts is back. Yeah, I'm probably just about ready to wrap it up, actually. I just realized it's 9:45. Your wife and son indulge you. Yeah, my kids and my wife indulge me as well. Alrighty, well, again, thank you so much for being here on this spur of the moment. I'm kind of curious to see where we ended up with viewers. 52. Wow. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Like I said, I'm quite surprised. I thought maybe I'd have 10 to 20 just because of the change in the time. So. Oh, okay. Let me take this one last question. So I got like 3,000 to 4,000 Flux, and I can host Cumulus nodes at home, but the economics don't seem to be worth it. Like just a couple of dollars a month of earnings. So let me bring back up. Well, I probably still have that screen up. I forgot to change screens. So let's go up to the economics. Actually, it's dashboard economics. So right now, it says that you'd be losing 44 cents a month, but that's because they're taking into account an $11 virtual private server cost. If you host from home, then you don't have that cost. And your power cost is going to be pretty minimal with most nodes that run out of the house. So if you run a VM with a bigger server, obviously you're going to average those power costs over all of the nodes you'd have running on that server. But basically you're making about $10 to $11. I expect this to jump up a little bit, but yeah, this is going to vary. So for me, I'm basically, you can do a node for anywhere from $100 to $250 in hardware. I kind of went a little all out on mine, so mine were around 175 to 250. My first one was around 250. My second one was actually almost 200 actually. So it really depends, but you know, yeah, it takes a while to pay it back. But for me, this was definitely more of a hobby than it was a moneymaker. I knew that the payout from the Flux nodes was going to come down pretty dramatically. I didn't think it was actually going to be this dramatic because I didn't think that the price of Flux would come this far down. So the way I look at it is it's profitable. I'm going to keep doing it because it's profitable, and I am going to keep holding on to the Flux as I gain additional Flux by running the nodes. Am I looking to expand at this point? Not at the present time, not until I can get better internet where I'm at, which it's probably going to be when Comcast comes out with the next version of DOCSIS, because the current version of DOCSIS it's not impossible to have higher upload speeds, but it's much more difficult. And Comcast is very conservative in what they quote. So yeah, it's probably going to be another year or two before I can do it. So yeah, Mining King, a morning show. Where have you been? I told you guys this last night in the chat. Maybe you were away from your desk when I said, but yeah, morning, because I got to work, then come home, go to sleep, and then go back to work. That's my life for the next about 18 hours or so. So anyway, hey, Crypto Mikkel, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't even have any idea whether I walked over anybody else's show. I know that why can I think of his name? Guy down in Texas. Anyway, sorry, it's early. Anyway, I know he's got a morning show, but I don't think his starts until like around 10. But yeah, is what it is. But anyway, it was the only time I had a chance to do it, so I jumped in and did it. Alrighty. Oh, me, Crypto Mikkel, you've been here the whole time. Just hadn't seen you. But anyway, again, thank you all for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that did super chats. Thank you to all my members for being members. I very much appreciate it. And I will catch you next Monday at the regular time. See you later, guys.